Merry Christmas!
I got ornaments. So the big day's almost here, Christmas Day, the last holiday of the year. The year is winding down, and today we have to talk about the dessert for Christmas, and this year we are doing pecan pie, which is another one of my mom's specialties. It is one of my family's favorite recipes. Very, very, very simple. Incredibly easy. It's pecans, it's some corn syrup, it's some sugar, it's eggs, and it's pie crust. That's about it. I already kind of made the pie crust. If you want to see how it's made, I'll link to the recipe down below and to the apple pie recipe I did last month. Just chopped up the cold unsalted butter, small little cubes, measured out 2.5 cups of flour, measured it the proper way, added a pinch of salt to the flour, combined the cold butter into the flour until it kind of becomes like Parmesan cheese almost, then slowly drizzled in about a 1/2 cup of water, just until it all comes together, wrapped it all up, threw it in the refrigerator, let it rest for like at least 30 minutes, probably overnight is ideal. So that's in there. Just gonna quickly chop up the pecans, measure out a few ingredients, and mix them all up, and get this thing in the oven, and that's gonna be pecan pie. So let's just get right into it. So I got about 2.5 cups of pecans. I'm gonna split it in half. So I got what, 1 1/4. One of which I'm gonna chop up fine. The other I'm gonna leave whole as like a garnish for the top. Ideally, the one you want to keep whole. You know, you don't want a lot of them broken up. So if you see a few, just sort of swap them out because the other ones are gonna get chopped anyway. So here you go, you got some coarse pieces, you got a little bit of a finer dice in there somehow, so it's gonna create some nice texture. We're gonna pour that into the mixture, as well as put pecans on top. So this is corn syrup. It's not high fructose corn syrup, at least it says it's not. This is what my mom uses, so this is the recipe I'm gonna show you. Some dark corn syrup, and then we also have some light corn syrup. She uses both, and we're gonna use 1 cup of the dark, and then 1/2 cup of the light. And since I'm gonna pour and measure in here, I'm gonna spray inside with a little bit of oil spray, some canola. So I got my corn syrup, 4 eggs. 1/2 cup of sugar, and then whisk it. And then add the corn syrup, pecans. That's it. That's the filling. Done. Nope, it's not. Teaspoon of vanilla. Now it's done. Now all we have to do is roll out the pie crust, which should be done resting by now. Got a little flour. When you're rolling out pie crust, don't roll like that. Just do one firm stroke. Turn the dough. Go back if you want. Change sides. Do a little dance. Just gonna roll it out a little bit more. Make sure that dough is pressing up against the pie tray. Take some shears and just sort of even it out a little bit. But you want to leave some excess though for the crimping. And with your hand, take your hand like that, and then you're just going to push in just like that. I just want to poke some holes into the bottom of the plate. Put this back in the refrigerator for 10 or 15 minutes just to get all of that stuff firmed back up before we throw it in the oven. Now we don't really par bake this. Probably better that you do. If that's something you're into, you could definitely throw this in the oven for like 15 minutes. Put some foil over it, throw some like beans, dry beans or something in there to weight it down, and just bake it off for like 15 minutes and then start this process. I'm not gonna do that because my mom never did it, but she mentioned in Thanksgiving that she should. So keep that in mind. Maybe you wanna do it, but just know that it's fine if you don't. Just gonna go straight in. We're just gonna go in and just place our pecans. And that's it. This is ready to go in the oven. We're gonna throw this in the oven right now. 350-degree oven, middle rack, 50 minutes to an hour, and this guy should be done. Basically, just cook it until the top sets, doesn't jiggle, and make sure the dough is nicely browned on the bottom and on the sides. We're just gonna wait for it to cook. We'll check back in about an hour. It's looking pretty good to me. Broke off a little bit of the crust. Tastes really nice. This is kind of it puffs up when it cooks. It's gonna settle back down. We're gonna let this cool probably at least an hour. Put it in a cooler spot, let it kind of really come together. Let everything that's hot inside just kind of seize and firm back up so we can get a nice kind of piece of pie to slice. This guy's been cooling for about 2 hours. I just want to make sure it's nice and cool before I cut it. So we're just gonna cut it up, get it plated out. I got a little ice cream that I like to serve it with, and we'll wrap it up. There's nuts everywhere. This pie is a beautiful thing. It's nutty, it's sugary and caramelly. Pie crust is nice and flaky. It's one of the best pies I know how to make. It's one of my family's favorite pies. Everybody knows the pecan pie. Nothing really special here. Family recipe. Not really sure where it came from, but this is what it is. Hope you enjoy it. Rolling into the main course next episode. I'm making a beef tenderloin fit for the holidays. Thanks for watching, everybody. I don't know what it is about pecans, but it just tastes like Christmas. Between the pecan cookies that we made and this, I don't know. Really good stuff. Hope you make it. Thanks to all my Patreon producers that you see scrolling up here. If you're interested, check out the link below. These people help support the show, and if you want to be a part of it, you can donate a little bit, become a producer, get your name scrolling on this list as well. We got 20% off still going on in the store for all my stuff, my shirts, long sleeve. This one's money. It's my new favorite shirt. Use the promo code ICAN'TCOOK. That's all I got today. See you next time. Take care of yourself and go feed yourself.